This is Gary Smith of Radney Smith Funeral Home. We're honored to be sponsoring the Veteran of the Month project here on WYEA. All military veterans deserve our deepest respect, recognition, and admiration for the decision they made to serve, defend, and protect our country. It is an honor to be part of sharing some of their stories. Our Veteran of the Month for February is Douglas Carpenter. Mr. Carpenter voluntarily joined the Army in 1962 and was initially stationed in Europe in the artillery. After returning stateside, Mr. Carpenter was assigned to the 11th Armored Cavalry on the East Coast for deployment to Vietnam.
I joined on June 22nd, 1962, Montgomery, Alabama. Lieutenant Johnson swore me in at 9:30 a.m. Well, I guess I was like a lot of young men my age, and I wanted to see the world. I certainly couldn't afford to travel at that time, and so I figured that was a way. In fact, I joined specifically to go to U.S. Army Europe. We were in artillery in a couple of years in Europe, and then whenever I came on back to the States, I joined the Armored Cavalry, 11th Armored Cav, and I stayed with them 2 years here on the East Coast, and then we transferred to Vietnam for a year. The camaraderie, the exciting places I was able to visit, and the discipline, it was real good for me. I think it would be good for most young men to go into the military at least several months to get that basic training. I learned that you couldn't just dip out of the pot. You had to occasionally contribute to add things back into the pot, or it would certainly eventually run dry. I appreciate those who are serving at this point in time, and I thank them, and I feel safe.
Congratulations to Douglas Carpenter, our Veteran of the Month. We'd also like to thank American Legion Post 45 for helping with the selection process. This is Gary Smith of Radney Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga.